Okay, so I'm gonna make some spaghetti and meatballs tonight for supper. I just got a regular old bowl. I've got some ground beef. This is lean ground beef, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna portion this off. I'll make meatballs with some of them, and we're gonna make Salisbury steak one night, so I'm gonna put some patties away for that. So first I'm just gonna get my spices ready, and you can put whatever you like. It's really up to you. I just like to put a little bit of everything. Oops, and oops. Okay, I got salt, pepper, okay, just 1 second. I have to go get my garlic powder and all that stuff. So I got some onion powder, some garlic powder, some oregano leaves, and some parsley. And I think that should be good. Should be okay. Actually, I'm going to put some of my dehydrated onions that I dehydrated. I'll put a couple in with the hamburger. So I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in my bowl. So position you guys a little bit better. Now I am not measuring anything. I never do, other than if it needs a specific recipe. They smell so good. So I'm just going to try to get the smaller pieces. In here there's all different sizes, but I want to just try to get some of the tinier stuff. Anything that's big and long, like this, I will take out of there. Alright. I could have just cut up a fresh onion too. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll use some dried onions and I'll cut up an onion. So I got some onion. And I'm going to throw in some parsley. A couple shakes of that. And then I got some celery salt. I'll put a little bit of that in because it's very powerful stuff. Maybe about 3 pinchfuls. 3 pinches. And then I've got some onion powder. So I would give it a good shake first. There. A little bit of onion powder. A couple shakes of salt. I have to get some more pepper. Some black pepper. And here are some dehydrated tomatoes. Just going to add a couple of those on there as well. These are so good. And then I've got some garlic powder. Of course, fresh garlic would be better, but we don't have any. A little bit of garlic powder, and to finish it off, some oregano. These are just like Italian-y type of spices, I guess. There. Now, all my ingredients are in this bowl. I'm just gonna give it a mix. And there you go. Hope you guys can see that. Anyways, so now I'm going to open my hamburger, put my green need ground beef, rather. I'll just call it hamburger. Okay, let's just say I could probably get 3 meals out of this. I paid $10 for this great big thing of hamburger. Oh, can't read through the bottom. I just divided it into 3 sections. One here, and one here. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then I will probably use this section up here for the meatballs, this larger section here for the burgers for the Salisbury steak, and then this will be extra that I can put into the freezer. So, I've got my pan on the stove right now, and what I'm just going to do is take some hamburger and, actually before I take the hamburger, I'm going to cut up a little small onion. A little bit of an onion. I have a bowl over there that's going to go in my compost bin outside. All this can be used for soups and stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in the compost outside for now. Because I think we have plenty of stuff in the freezer for, like, broths. Okay. Now I don't want very thick onions, so I'm just going to slice them up thin. And then just cut them into smaller pieces. Oh, my eyes are starting to burn. I'm just going to throw those in with my spices. Oh, those onions are potent. Oh. I'm glad the camera's not pointed at me right now. I look like a wreck. My eyes are watering. Oh. They burn. They burn. I've tried every trick in the book, and nothing works. The only thing that works is goggles, and even that. Oops, sorry about that. Knocked you guys over, and then I turned these off. So, my mixture. It smells like stuffing, so it doesn't soil me. Just gonna throw my hamburger in there and just. I'm gonna need a bigger bowl. I really hate dirtying dishes when I don't need to. I'll put it on this plate. Mix it until it's all mixed together. I have to turn the camera. The camera's actually upside down right now. My phone. Just because it has to be, the plug is on the bottom and I can't set it up straight because it's plugged in. Because my battery was at like 4%. So that's why you guys aren't getting a really good angle of the plate of what I'm doing. If it was turned up the other way, it would be a little bit higher up. You guys get the idea. I'm just working all these ingredients in together, and I'm going to roll up. Some people put egg and all that fancy stuff, but I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I'm just going to roll up some meatballs. Nothing fancy, just like that. I'm going to put them on the stove. If there's anything that falls out, just try to squish it back in there. I bet these would be good too if you had some cheese, like those cheese sticks. You could shove like a little hunk of cheese stick in there, and then your meatball would have cheese in the middle. I want to try that one day. Sounds pretty good. So I think the trick to cooking meatballs is to cooking it on, like, I got it in between 3 and 4 right now. You don't want to cook it too high because then the outside is going to burn before the inside even has a chance to cook. So after I get all these meatballs made, I have some sauce in the sink right now, just sitting in some hot water, so that I can plop that out into the... I don't plan on doing very many dishes. I'm pretty well doing this in one pot, except for the spaghetti, which I'll have to use a little pot for to boil that, but I'll get that going after I get my meatballs all ready. And then I'll just basically throw the sauce in with the meatballs once they're cooked. And just kind of let them marinate all together while the sauce cooks. And we are going to have spaghetti and meatballs for supper. So the schedule is a little bit screwed up because today is Saturday. I don't think it was spaghetti that was on my list. But it's no big deal. We can just substitute and you know we have the stuff. We can just, it doesn't really matter what day that we have it. Two more meatballs out of that. Okay. And that was 16 meatballs. I'm going to go put this in the sink and wash my hands. Okay. Put this bowl over here as well. And I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys the meatballs. Very nicely. It's 4:12 right now, so by the time I get it all supper all ready, it should be around 5 o'clock. Like I said, I've got them on between 3 and 4. And I'm just going to let them cook, turn them until they're cooked, and then I will add my meat sauce directly in here, and that'll have time to melt, to like unthaw, get warmed up, and then I can just serve it over the spaghetti. And I just dumped it, it's still frozen. I'm just going to heat it up. I just turned it on high for a few minutes just to get the juices going and everything boiling, and then I'll turn it down. My meatballs are cooked, and they're just going to simmer around in my spaghetti sauce, and then back there I've just got some water and salt and butter in a pot, and I'm gonna boil that for the spaghetti. I might put a little bit of garlic garlic powder in that just to give it a little more garlicky. And I mean, a little more garlic didn't hurt anyone, right? Well, other than me, because it gives me heartburn, but I'm going to turn this down a little bit now. And yeah. So I'm going to let this boil down, like I said, and just let everything simmer for a little bit. And then it's 4:30, so that'll take about 5 minutes to boil. I don't know, I'd say in the next 10-15 minutes supper should be ready. Alright, I'll show you guys when it's all plated up. This is tonight's supper. It's all made. I just threw the spaghetti in here with the meatballs and the and the sauce. Time for a new one of these. Just poked myself. So yeah, very cheap and expensive dinner. And I pretty well had everything on hand. I already had the spaghetti. If you want to divide the meat up, that's probably, I'd say $3.33-ish that it would have cost for this meal. Divide that by 2 people, because it's just me and my son eating. So this is Saturday night supper. If you like our spaghetti and meatballs, give it a thumbs up. Supper. Yum yum. Spaghetti and meatballs.